Hello, my crafty friends. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing very well. Let me bring up the chat so I can see. We have the fabulous Angel behind the badge today, which is good. We're going to need her angel wings today, I think. I just have a feeling we're going to need those wings a little bit today, Angel. So get ready to fly, my friend, as we delve in. So let's head on down to the work surface. And there we go. Oh, it looks so bright and beautiful. Like it looks so beautiful before I come on, and then I come on and it looks really dark. So it's very bizarre. It's a very bizarre thing. It's like as soon as I go live, it makes it darker. Okay, so what I have on my desk today, we're going to work with the Shimmer Relief Paste and the pattern Petals. And without even thinking of this, I was at my dear friend Pam Bodeker's house for a little bit, and I had to make a card for a hop. And without thinking it, this is what I grabbed because this is what she had on her desk. And so I'm kind of making the same card I shared in the hop. But I thought, we could make it a little bit different. I pulled out every time I cut a piece of paper I need, like for something I'm working on rapidly. This is all my Altenew cardstock that needs to go back to its home. So I thought today maybe we would play with some of the colors that are out and just have some fun. So Berrylicious is my absolute favorite. So maybe we'll start with Berrylicious. Okay. So we're going to just have a play today. I am sounding better. I do apologize. I have this cough that I cannot get rid of. It is ridiculous at this point. And I despise this cough a little bit because it really hurts now. Because it just a little bit lingering. So, so I apologize in advance. That is going to pop up. Okay. So we are going to come down. Now, I will tell you as well, if you like shimmer pastes, my friend Pam and I also did a test run of something. So I have it in a bucket here. Oh gosh, I think Patrick might join us. I haven't unpacked yet because I haven't felt well. But we did get this little mold, and we put in, it's a very thin mold, but that's okay. And we put it in shimmer paste and we let it dry overnight. We were inspired by Nikki Baxley. And so this is what we got. It was pretty cool. So in a thin mold, like you can see how thin it is, you can get some beautiful textures. And then we had put a piece of cardstock on the back to be able to pull it out easily. So I just trimmed around kind of what was good and what was kind of bad. So you can put it into a thin mold. But today we're going to put it on some cardstock. Lots of ways to do those. I know. I love, like now I want to buy, I hope Altenew will make some thin molds. I want to buy all kinds of thin molds and do all the colors because it's leaves. You guys know how I feel about leaves. So that'll be really pretty with some Altenew florals. I don't know who made the mold. I ripped the tag off in excitement, so I have no idea where it came from. It came from a little shop in Arizona, so I don't know who makes it, unfortunately, but just to show you things you can do with shimmer paste as well. So today I'm staying away from my sticky mat. I've got my stamping mat out from Altenew. This is an oldie but a goodie, so I don't even know if they sell these anymore with the grid on them. I know they have the beautiful one with the flowers, but I don't know if they sell this anymore. So what we're going to do is I had pulled some colors out that I was going to use. So I pulled out the Galactic Skies because I love that. The Sea Beryl, the Amethyst. Okay, so those three. And then I pulled out the silver and then the burnished platinum. And then still on my desk is the brass. But I wanted to see how each of these colors worked with the Galactic Skies, the Sea Beryl, and the Amethyst. But because I have my favorite Berrylicious cardstock, I think we're going to do some silver and gold. I think that will be so pretty for the holidays, right? And the great thing about this is that you do not have to do all 4 of these stencils. This is a stencil set. that you can do 1, 2, 3, or all 4, but you don't have to. So we are just going to play with some pastes today. So I hope that's okay with you guys. Play with some more pastes. And make sure if you missed certain colors in the original release or the second release, because I'm not sure what's totally in stock this right at the moment, make sure to get notified, because as soon as that goes in stock, my friends, you'll get notified. So before the emails go out to say, hey, this is back in stock, you get notified. So, and if you're looking for, like, I know Pearl sold out. If you're looking for that color, you can get notified before the mass email goes out telling people they're back in stock. So I'm trying to put a very thin layer on here, and we'll do a different one, and we'll kind of do a thicker layer. And the reason I'm doing a thinner layer is because I do want to layer another stencil on this. So it's two-pronged, meaning that I want this to dry faster, okay? And I can take my heat tool to it. So I probably will have to do that at some point today. So I will take my heat tool to it likely. And the other thing is I want a thin layer, because when I layer on that other stencil, this is bigger than ink. Like, ink doesn't have dimensions, so to speak, right? Like, sometimes your paper will puff up if you put a lot of ink on it. I just messed up that corner. That's okay. That's all right. A sentiment can go there. A big one, but a sentiment can go there. So I want to make sure this is very thin so that all the layers of that I want to do will fit on here. I don't know that we'll do all the layers, but all the layers that I want to fit on there will fit on there. Okay, so back to here. It is so pretty. Oh, Shannon, I can't wait for you to try it either, my friend. It's just, and it cleans like a dream. It really does. It cleans beautifully. All right, so I'm going to clean this off, and then we'll set this one aside and we'll work on a different one. And I just had a chat with my friend Nikki Baxley, who did an amazing video about Shimmer Paste. Look at that. So I had my whoopsie right here, you can see, but a sentiment could cover that kind of section down there. So, because I was trying to think and just think in Shimmer Paste all at one time. It's ugly. All right, so there, one-handed, I can close that on here. Okay, so this one I'm going to set aside, and we'll come back to it. Okay, but look how pretty. I mean, for a Christmas, and we'll add more to this, or for a winter card. And I don't know. I wonder if you... no, that really wouldn't work. I was wondering if you wanted to, you could come in and make these kind of like little stars. Can you see how that's lining up on that flower down there? So it's lining up. So the lines are lining up, right? I just rotated the stencil and the lines are lining up, but this would give you different petals. Here, let me show you on a different one. I'll stay with the same color of everything, but I'll go on a different piece of paper. Okay, I have to warn you, the furs are lurking like mad today. They are out in force. Apparently, I have been threatened or am in need of protection because my kitty security is right up the bucket today. Okay, so what I'm talking about is what we're going to do is we don't want to get that there. Okay, so we'll get the silver back out. Okay. Woo-hoo. So if we were to, and this one had a hole cut out of it. It was when I was talking about the other day making that beautiful display of all the cardstocks we have. I have a lot of 1-inch holes cut out of my cardstocks. So that's okay though. I still can use them. See, and it's good for things like this. So if I have an idea, I can come in and try it. Okay. So this one we'll set aside too, so it can dry. But this one, I'm going to shift this first stencil and see if we could get like snowflakey looking shapes. So see if it would work for like a winter card too. So I just kind of noticed that. It might give us a flower shape. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried this yet, so I get to find it first with my Crafty Live friends. How cool is that? All right, and I'm just scraping it all off, not because I'm worried that I don't have enough in the jar. I'm scraping it all off because I don't want to have to clean up that much. So that's why I'm doing that. Oh, thank you, Beth Ann. Yes. If I could get rid of this cough, I'd be in good shape. But I'm in good shape for the retreat this weekend. I'm so excited to spend that time with everyone that's going. All right. So what I'm going to do, because I think it's just going to be easier. Oh, it's on my paper. Oh, shnikey. Thought I lifted my paper up. I did not. Oh, luckily this is just a test piece. It didn't ruin my paper, surprisingly. All right, here we go. Oh, perfect. Look how pretty, though. And this is the Rouge cardstock. So really pretty. So we're going to try to flip this in just a minute. We're going to see if that will dry. And we will go ahead and clean this all up. When I do this, I got to get little liners. I have one of those collapsible trash cans, which I think is one of the best inventions for a crafter. I just ordered another one with sharks on it because sharks are cute. I don't want to meet one in real life, but colored sharks, animated sharks are cute. Let me rephrase. Animated sharks are adorable. All right, here we go. And then while I'm just going to put this down and then wipe this off. And if I don't get it all off, I'm not worried about it. It will all come off when I go put it in the sink later, and I'll let all of these soak with some Dawn and some warm water. But right now, I just want to get enough off so I don't color contaminate as much. That's kind of my concern. That's my only concern here with this. All right. Okay. It can, yes, just with I'll show you guys my little trash can when it comes. It's so cute. I got it on my favorite other place that begins with A, Amazon, of course. But yeah, just having this little trash can is fantastic. But in Maine, you can't have shopping bags anymore. So I have to buy like little trash bags to put in it so I can throw away my wipes because I don't want to put wet stuff in there. I want to keep it dry. I could have a wet one and a dry one, I guess. Yes, just like jellyfish. You like to look at them. Yes. Oh, yeah, the retreat. I'm so excited about the retreat as well. Okay, so let's do this. So this is from Nikki Baxley. Okay, this is a Nikki Baxley. She's done this. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, as long as you wipe it quickly, Christine, that will work perfectly. And I'm trying to center this as best I can on my paper here. Not that it matters. It really doesn't. And I'm going to use my favorite. This is one of my favorites. Oh, Nikki, she's Nikki Hearts Cards. Please watch her shimmer video. She does so much with these pastes. It is wild. And this is something she talked about. I don't know if did it the exact way. I can't remember. It's been about a week since I watched her video. But I can't remember if this was the exact way she did it, but I just want to show you all the things you can do with these. So we're going to put this on here. We need like when we're doing the die cutting machine, we need music. We need music for when we're putting on shimmer paste. We need all kind of music. Luckily, I'm good at talking to myself. So, because I'm home alone technically, but you guys are behind the camera. So I'm not technically talking to myself. So I'm not that wild. All right, here we go. So my son can't say, oh, my mother talks to herself. No, all my crafty friends are on the other side. All right. There we go. Okay, here we go. Wipe that down. And wipe that over. Now, I'll show you another trick with this too that is outside of this one. So we'll kind of rotate through some of these today, playing with different colors. We'll dry them. We'll create a bunch of different backgrounds that we can use. And I will be super sparkly at the end of this. I am going to be the queen of sparkle by the time we're done. I say the queen because my friend Karen bought me a fabulous crown. So she bought it for when I was Educator of the Year. So I still have my crown though. My title long since gone, but my crown still exists. So I'll be the queen of sparkle. Okay, so we got that one on there. If I ever design an office space, I'm going to have a sink literally right behind me. So there's that one. Super pretty, right? Okay. So we're going to clean this up. And I mean, you can see some shimmer on my mat. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. The shimmer on the mat. Tina, I know I haven't seen you and it feels like forever. Been sick and traveling and I miss my girlies. I host a free Saturday class every Saturday and I haven't been there because I've been sick. Thankfully, Tracy's been taking over the monitoring, being the eye in the sky for me because I've been sick and traveling and working and oh, it's been wild. But I got to get back this Saturday to see my girlies. So the way I'm moderating, it will be handy that I can go this Saturday, which is exciting. I get to see my girls and I get to go to the event. So be good, nice. Okay. And again, like I said, I'm going to put these in later and let them soak. And then I just wash them with my vegetable brush. Yeah, check out the video. There's so many wonderful things about shimmer pastes that Nikki shares. Really super exciting. Oh, sugar plums. I was going to show you guys a trick. Okay, next time. Remind me to show you the watercolor trick. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel so rude coughing and hacking in front of you, but it's what I got. I'm just coughing and hacking at the moment. So you could put this onto another piece of paper, right? Just like if you have watercolor techniques, you could spray this because the things will splatter. So we could splatter with them, but you also could create backgrounds. How I'm kind of cleaning up with a cloth, you could not do that. You could spray it and use it on another project. Okay. And then let's go ahead. I'll call that one good because I'm just going to use a different one anyways for the next one. All right, let's heat set. Let's heat set some here. Okay. My hole-in-one here. Well, of course I have cat fur stuck in my paste. Oh, goodness gracious. And the paste, you can get it to bubble. Oh, and I was going to show you thick paste. Let me show you a thick paste too. So I've been doing really thin pastes. Now, especially with these, I think it's important to do both the front and the back. Now it's going to curl because I'm heating it, but that's okay. But this way it dries it both from the top and to the bottom. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry you are coughing and hacking. It is horrific. Not as bad as it was, though. Thank goodness. All right, let's see if we get this one dry. So you can see I'm bubbling it. See how it bubbles? Kind of cool. See, I can do this one again. See if this one will bubble for me. See it bubble? So you can get kind of mixed media effects with it. I love when the bubbles puff up. I don't like when they pop, but it's pretty cool when they puff up. Okay, and then again, we're going to do the back. Ooh, that one wasn't completely dry. That's okay. I don't want to burn my paper, so I'm trying to be careful of that. And I'm also trying not to burn my finger. So. And my first one is over here. Here's my first one. Yes, I just got that. Do they stay popped up? Some of them did. Some of them, well, yeah, a couple of them stayed up. I'll show you in just a second. Okay. I know that's not the most exciting thing to watch, so I apologize for that. Some of them did stay kind of puffy, like right here. Can you see those? Look at they're puffed up and they stayed. So I like it when they puff up. These puffed up down here. I like it when they puff up over here, puffed up. It looks pretty cool. I don't like it when they pop, like these kind of popped over here, but I do like it when they puff up and stay puffed up. And yep, it's the point I kind of squished down, but okay. So what I wanted to show you with this one, let's try this one because we were going to see if this would create, oh, hold on, let's see. Not sure. I want to see that comment there. Hold on. Okay. Oh, the shimmer paste. I've had mine and they haven't. No, these don't get dry. Just you want to make sure to put something over top of them. Okay, like I have all my press and seal at Creativation. We didn't have press and seal. We used a trash bag. It just is not as airtight because the press and seal has that sticky quality that sticks to the rim, so it sticks there and then it seals it. So it's a little bit better to have the press and seal than it is to just have, like, say, plastic wrap or a trash bag. All right, so this is what I wanted to try. So that was lining up with the stick, kind of. But I'm going to try this. I just want to see. And I'm going to use this color next, I think. Let's use the purple. Well, no, the purple. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to ignore the color of paper in the background. I'm just going to go ahead. I don't know why I have extra shimmer things there. Yeah, if they aren't pierced, I just kind of, I hit that one and one of them popped. But okay, so here we go. I want to do the purple, but I just wanted to see if I'm trying to ignore the little lines. I don't want to touch the little lines, but I just want to see if I can create like a snowflakey looking thing, or if I can create a flower looking item. So I'm trying to be careful. All right, and then, oh, this one, I have a piece of the white hanging off the back of it. We'll move that. All right, and we'll do these two because I just want to see so that if you guys could, you could use two colors on this stencil. This stencil is a great investment, I think, because you have 4 stencils you can use individually and they're beautiful, or you can use them together and they're beautiful. But I just wanted to see what this looked like. No, not really. I was hoping it would make more of a snowflake kind of image. And I don't know. But you can always play with your stencils and see. Like I thought going that way, it would give me more of one, but not so much. But you know what? It's a cool look. It's something else you can do with this stencil just to create something. Yes, the jacks. Yes. So something fun that you can do with that stencil as well. So just, kind of flip it on its side, turn it upside down, rotate it all the way. Try all the iterations of this stencil. I don't know why I'm cleaning that because we're going to go right back into it. All right. And then we will clean this. I'll wash my hands really good at the end. I need that lava soap again today. I'm going to have to go buy some of that. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is on this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this purple with, let's see, do we want this one? Because see, this fits in here. This one fits in here. Okay. But you just have to be careful because the paste is dimensional. So you have to take a little bit more care when lining it up. Now this one I'm going to put on thick, okay? Because I'm only going to do 2 on this one, and I'll show you why. So this one I'm going to put on kind of thick. I'm so not being careful. So when I peel this off in some areas, I'm going to have like gobs of it. So this one will take some time to dry. I would probably leave this for a couple hours. But knowing me, for a couple hours, I won't remember it until tomorrow. So it'll end up being tomorrow anyways, because I'll forget about it. Then a couple days later, I find it. And I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. So, yeah. So you see, this time I'm not scraping it. Okay. And I'm adding more. Okay. Like there's a huge gob there. I don't want that big of a gob. All right. So we went gobby. No, that's Dobby. I'm like, isn't that somebody in Harry Potter? That's Dobby. So see how the difference, see how thick that is? There's actually dimension to those X's more so because I put so much paste on there. So it's really kind of cool. But I'll also show you the problem in just a second. First, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of pink cardstock. I am going to take my water bottle. Okay, and I'm going to take my water bottle on here. And then I'm just going to pick this up. Okay. Now this is not watercolor cardstock, so it might do some weird buckling, but so this would be a nice mixed media background because I have all that on there, right? But because I put gobs, remember? But I still have some of that outline. So that would be a great mixed media background. So if you have extra cardstocks in your pile that, you're just like, well, I don't really have anything in mind for this. Just keep in mind, if it's not, I really could get some watercolor cardstock out because you can see the water soaking through right there. That's the water I sprayed. Okay, but look at the backgrounds. So, and look in the areas I didn't do the gob. It's really mixed media-y, and then I've got the gobs, but that's okay. I could put flowers down here, my sentiment up here, and kind of cover the gobs. So I have 2 of them that kind of have gobs, right? So I got those. So we're going to put these over to the side. And then, I can keep going because I still have, and I can take this and I can spread this out so it's not gobbed up, right? On there. Then I can spray it and I can come in and Put that on there. And look at that one. That's really pretty. If we have any football fans, that's a good one. Purple and yellow. Football fans, football fans. Okay. So we got that. And then, you know, at the end, you got to clean up your mess a little bit here. So let's do that. I'm going to have to grab another thing of wipes. I didn't realize I was so low on wipes. All right. And fold that over. Yeah, so if anybody doesn't hear from me for a couple of days, I'll be washing the sparkle off. Okay, let me grab another baby wipe. Somebody said that Costco baby wipes are nice. I don't have a Costco here. I have one down by the Kennybunk house, so I think I'm gonna have to join Costco to try their baby wipes. Or I think the kids might have a membership there. So again, I'm just getting the majority of it off. These will all go to the spa as soon as we're done the live. But you know, yours can go right in the spa once you're done. All right. And yes, there is some, I will be sparkly, but that's okay. Oh, it's wedding colors, but I guess, yes, you could. You could. Okay, and then we're going to grab a cloth. These are one of the throwaway ones that I just got, so if it goes bad, it's okay. All right, there we go. But yeah, so I sprayed a lot of water on there. Now, when I was talking about this, about layering the 4 patterns and how it's hard, see how this takes up space on here? So it's harder, like ink, that X is going to be very thin, right? But because it's paste, it takes up space, dimension, right? So it's harder to layer together more stencils. So if I wanted to, I'm just trying to see, this one's really wet because I went really crazy with it. I went really crazy pants with it. This one would be hard to fit in where it's supposed to be because my paste had so much dimension. Now, what you can do is just go for it and put it on there anyways. And what's going to happen is you're just going to have a different look, but nothing wrong with that, right? How do you fix the paper curl after? Okay, so you can heat it, right? So if you heat it, it's going to it'll curl, but you can make it curl different ways. This one will definitely need time because those X's are super thick. I don't know if you can see how thick those are. But you can get the paper to curl how you want it to. If you go underneath, it'll curl under. And if you go on top, it'll curl up. It's just heavy right now because it's wet from the paste. So that's why it's having trouble curling. But once this is dry, like totally dry, like probably overnight, I would put this in a book and do that. Now, I was originally going to come in with some ink blending on this one. So I'm not going to because I wanted to show you that extra thick layer. You can see some places it was super thick. Some places it wasn't as thick. But it just gives you an interesting look. So lots of things you can do. If you have, you know, if you can't start with a whole collection of shimmer pastes, start with 1 or 2, the colors that you like. Start with a layering stencil that you can, a builder stencil. Those are the ones that you want to have because the builder stencils, really a lot of them can be used on their own. So just look at them and see what kind of the builder stencils we have that really fit, like the pattern Petals. There's also a Stencil Art Nature's Splashes. That one had lots of different shapes and things that you could use. So lots of different options on that one as well that you can do it. So yes. Okay. So the fix the curl, you can put that in a book. You can play with the heat tool. The heat tool will help you curl it different ways. You can kind of, it's like a magician. You can bend it to your will. It's pretty cool. All right. So then we're going to do this. You also, instead of cleaning this off on a cloth, clean it off on a piece of spare paper and just keep using that spare paper. I mean, eventually you'll have to clean it on a cloth just to make sure you don't contaminate. But when you first do that on a spare piece of cardstock and create some interesting mixed media backgrounds. I know if I set out to create a mixed media background, I struggle. But if I do something like this, where I'm just having a play, I don't struggle as much. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to show you what I was originally going to show you on the other one that I was talking about, Nikki's card. Nikki layered some shimmer paste together, but then she also blended some ink. So this is Berrylicious. So I'm going to go and take, I'm going to try Rhodolite. We're going to go with Rhodolite. I'm going to see how that looks on there. So we're going to blend some ink. And I'm just doing it on my background, and I'm going to pounce off. Okay. You can pounce off in your cap also. Just pounce off in here. And then if you want extra ink, you can come in and pick it up. Okay. So here, we're going to come in and we're going to add this Rhodolite. Okay. To add some depth to our panel. Now, this paste may pick up the color because I'm putting it on pretty thick. So I can get some of it off, but like right here, some of it's stuck. So depending on the darkness of the color that you're using will depend, you know, you may get some residual ink that just wants to stay on your shimmer paste. But generally, it's like embossing powder that I've found. I can just wipe it off. But look at how dramatic this panel is shaping up to be. Okay, and then we'll get this side. You guys know I love my ink blending, so this is happiness to me. And then I'm going to come in and just ink blend some in the center because I don't want that starkness of the paper to the color that I just ink blended, because that was pretty different. So then what we're going to do is we're going to wipe this first. I was going to clean my work surface first, but that wouldn't make sense. So we're going to get that. And I'll just show you what I mean. There's a couple areas. So like right here, and right here, you can see it's that color kind of stuck to it. But everywhere else, I was able to wipe that dark color off, and I still have my silver. And this is still predominantly silver. It's just a couple little areas on there. So look at that and how beautiful putting the inks together with the shimmer pastes can be. And then you can still come in and we could, let's see. We could still put this in here. Okay, I'm trying to make sure this is in the center. Okay, and then this one we did, I'm going to do the brass. Usually a lot of people share on Instagram. A lot of people share in the Altenew fan group. Can share on Facebook. Those are great places to share. And thank you so much for sharing. All right, so here we go. And this one I'm going to do thin. In most of my applications, it's going to be thin, right? I don't need huge gobs of paste. I want it to look nice and elegant for most of my cards because I'm a clean and simple card maker. But if you are a more mixed media and you like that look of having big, tall mounds of the shimmer paste there, like we did with those X's are huge and they look so nice. I apologize if you can hear that. Dexy's getting into his crinkle box. And the box is doing just what it's meant to do. It's a crinkle box. So my cat Dexy has anxiety and he has a box. I found that, like the brown paper and the tissue paper that Altenew puts in your boxes or other companies put in your boxes, Well, I found that actually comforts him to get in it and make that noise. So it helps his anxiety. So he has a box that my friend Pam got a suitcase when she was here on her trip. And so I kept that box. And yeah, I just fill it when I get brown paper, I throw it in there and it helps with his anxiety. So if you have a pet that has anxiety, try the crinkle box. Oh, I know that this one, I wish I hadn't put the purple on so thick now. I want to put other layers. So I probably will put other layers later. It's so pretty. All right, so there. But look at this. How fancy schmancy is this for a holiday card? The silver and gold on that deep, rich red. So pretty. So pretty, so pretty, so pretty. And then you can also, so let's take out my favorites. Let's take out huge congrats because it's a big one. Or have a good day. I don't know any huge congrats that I need to send out. That's a limited thing for me. Okay, so I'm going to cut this. I mean, we can cut it out of this color, right? That's like the perfect strip. And all of my satin masking tape has gone missing. So I have to order some more. I don't know where it went to. I think I took it to Creativation. I think I left it. Oh, that's okay. Yes, I'm super stoked with that. I mean, that is beautiful. And I think too, Tracy was talking, I think that would be a really elegant wedding card as well, just in the silver, gold, and red. A lot of weddings, they have red as their color, either roses or dresses or so pretty. And that's only 2 of the stencils, guys. So that's only 2. You could try adding in more. But like I said, I like using 2 of these. I think 2 I'm comfortable with. But if you are comfortable with having a lot going on, you could try layering more. Like I said, the thickness of the paste, because it's different from the ink. The ink doesn't really take up space, so to speak. I hope you guys know what I mean when I'm saying that. All right, so now I'm going to pop this out. So I've got my lonely Y. My Y is so lonely. And good day. All right, I have A, and then get my beginning of my word. So just something fun, because we all have paper scraps, right? We all have a hoard of them. So I'm just going to put this down here. And I'm going to put it in the order that it would go. Oh, my Y got cut off a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that. Just going to go with it. We're going to embrace it, my friends. All right. Then we're going to just put that on top of there. So you can also dress up your die cuts. I know you guys have seen folks, do their finger and dab it and all that. I generally do not like to get messy. So I'm not a stick it on my finger, dab it kind of gal. I have a textile issue where things touch my hands and it just feels weird. So I don't like to get stuff on my fingers. I usually wear gloves if I'm going to do that. Or somebody mentioned pouncers. I would use a pouncer. But for this, I'm doing okay. I know I can wash my hands soon, so I'm doing okay with I have all my tools here. I got my tools. All right, so let's put this here. It probably is in the crinkle box. Yes. So, okay. So the cling film. So I was saying, one of my friends that I see every year at Creativation is from the UK, and she was taking an Uber to Target to buy boxes of press and seal to take home to the UK. Hopefully that's not illegal. So you could use like a cling wrap or something like that. The difference is the press and seal has like a sticky, so it sticks. It not only seals over it, but it sticks. So it seals it kind of almost airtight. So I don't know if you have anything in the UK that's like an airtight film. You may have other things. And actually, you know what? You know where I may have it? Like when I had to have surgery and I had to have a wound barrier, and it was like this. It was sticky and it was clear. Maybe check like your drugstores and see if they have anything that's like this, where it's sticky but clear. Because that a lot of times they have to put over some whatchamacallit, open wounds. So check there and see if you could find something maybe that would work. But worst case scenario, like I said, we did use trash bags at Creativation to put over it because we didn't have press and seal with us. Okay, so this kind of is fun, leads a festive bit to it. Now, I probably would do it again. I would let this dry and then I would go over it again, and I could do a different shape. But right now it looks like it has the chicken pox a little bit to me. So I think I would go over it with another one of the stencils. But really, really pretty and has a really, really nice effect on there. So think about that too. And you could have ink blended your sentiment first before adding that. And then you could, switch up some colors. Maybe you put it on like a light yellow colored cardstock and you add the red and other colors in there, and you could add that sentiment. Or you could put this on some vellum or some gold, the brush gold cardstock, as the shadow die, and pop that on there, and that would be very pretty as well. Okay, and then again, don't waste your, let me move this here. You don't have to waste your paste. You can always grab another sheet of cardstock, okay, and pick it up and see, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Tagaderm, yes, something similar to Tagaderm. That's what it was. And it's a sticky film that goes over a wound, but it seals in airtight, just like press and seal. So I'm betting they must have something like that because it's a medical thing, not like a housewares kind of thing, So, and then what else we can do with this? Okay, so now that I've picked up most of it, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to take a brush and get some of this going, and then I can flick it on and I can get splatter from it. Okay. So it's kind of gold, light gold splatters on there as well. Yeah, so you don't have to waste any paste. And, like I said, so I still have this paste on here, right? So brown cardstocks aren't always my favorite. I like the pinks and teals and all that. So I have this piece of cardstock. So we will, and it may be better to use like a watercolor piece of cardstock actually. Let me grab one. I have one right here. So let me grab a watercolor piece. All right, and we lean that on the jar. And then, is it not that one? That's where my crown lives. Thank you, Karen, for my crown. Oh gosh, I'm almost out of paper too. This is all I have left in there. Oh goodness. Yikes. Oh my goodness, I'm finding all the stuff I don't have. So what you can do, right, is just come in. This is dried a little on there, but just come in and scrape it off on here, before you go to clean it. And then you can just go ahead and spray it. Spraying it reactivates it a little. So you can just come in, and it's just plastic. So I just take my nail or my vegetable brush. A vegetable brush is a key tool if you like stencils. It really is. It doesn't bend your stencil, but it gets into those delicate areas. Because like I said, I had that one that sat for days and I rescued it and I was shocked. But see, so now every time I use this, I can just scrape the excess on there. So, okay, so let's see what we had going. So this one didn't work out as we planned. But we go on Crafty Adventures here and we try. So we have a little bit more time. Let me put this one. It'll be a little bit messed up because I did those, but let me try putting this one on here. I just really want to show you guys how layering these together might not fit. So just pick your favorite kind of 2 or maybe 3. And you may have to do one of them in an abstract manner, but that I think is the fun part, right? Is like how, so Altenew knows I can use it this way, but how else can I use it? So this one I'm putting super thin because I want to try to dry this. And even if it gets smushed, I'm not worried. I just want to try to fit that other one on there so I can show you guys. Okay, so there, I've got all that on there, and then my piece of paper, right? So keep that near, and then look. And so every time I come on, and you can swish it and swirl it, maybe you have one for the different colors. Maybe you put all the colors on one. Okay, so take most of it off there. I could have put some of that back in the jar, but I really like that. I think that's pretty. I could layer some colors on there, but just a way so you don't, you know, Seinfeld, I can't spare a square. Well, I can't spare a square of my shimmer paste, so I got to use it all up. All right, so I'm going to heat set this really quick. We have like 7 minutes left. So I'm going to heat set this and see if I can fit that third stencil on there. I'm not even going to clean this. I'm just going to lean it up. Okay. So I'm kind of messy stenciling at the moment, but that's okay. All right. So let's heat set this one. Oh, thank you, Tracy. It's just, I think the more you play, the more ideas you get. This one is getting bubbly. Look at it bubble. Ha! Look at it bubble. This is my favorite part of pastes. They bubble. I always think in my head, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. And that silver one just becomes more shiny and sparkly. Very, very cool. Ooh, it's puffing up. Look at it be puffy. Ooh, puffy, puffy, puffy. I'm a girl of the 80s, so puffy paints were a thing. We loved puffy items. So if I can make them all puffy, I'm gonna. But again, I use really a thin layer on this. And it's going to pop my puffy pieces when I put the next one on, but that's okay. It's all right. All right. And then this one, I think I left it too long, but I'm just going to see if I have any excess I can pick up on this. Yep. See, a little bit. Spare piece of cardstock. So here we go. We're building another beautiful background that was just going to be thrown in the trash. So let's try this one on here. So this would go, this was my original position, and this one would go right here. Yeah, see, it's hard because it's where it's ink blended. I mean, where it's ink blended versus the paste. So I should have done this one second. So if I put the paste on now with that one, I'll cause trouble. Let's see if I use this last one. I didn't do them in order. So definitely do them in order if you're gonna even go rogue, you want to do them in order. And then here we go. So I think you can combine 3 of them effectively. But I think if you, I don't know. I want to try it layering all 4 of them, together and seeing. Okay, so we used, let's go back to, let's use this. We didn't use the sea barrel today. There we go. This blue. Blue's my favorite color. So blue, blue, blue. All I can think of is Elvis singing Blue Moon. Oh, love my Elvis. Okay. And yeah, so use as many stencils as you feel fit your project. But I hope you'll check out our stencils that, and you can do this with inks too, guys. If you're like, well, I haven't gotten on the paste bandwagon yet. It's really pretty. I like the shine, but I don't know if pastes are for me. That's okay. But at least you can learn about them and you can see how pretty they are. And maybe someday a paste will be for you. Maybe it'll be in a class you take and you get to try it. Because trying it really, I think, is the big moment where you're like, okay, this is awesome. Love it. All right. So I'm going to make a mess and drop it on there. But so now I'm just going to do this, right? Because I had blue on my knife. So I'm just going to put that in on there. Just keep stacking the colors up. Then I'll wash my knife. All right. So today we made a lot of backgrounds. I apologize that we didn't make cards. But, you know, backgrounds are a key component in cards. So here is 3 of the 4 layers. So if I would have put this flower, my problem was I should have put the flower one before I put the dot one, and the dots would have been on the flowers, and I would have been okay. But my fear is, see how tight this is? My fear is it might be too tight with all 4, but try it for yourself. Here's 2 of them. This is 3 of them. And then our weird experiment, but we can put flowers over or a sentiment over the, you know, I needed a sample of the cardstock and then my weird purple thing here. So lots of leaves and flowers would be fine on there. But look how elegant that kind of cross pattern looks. And I think that would look really, really nice on this one to finish this off. Maybe one of the other golds would look nice on here. I'm trying to think. I probably would put one of the other golds on here. One of the darker, richer golds with those little dots that are blue on this one. But so here are 2 of our backgrounds. This one had ink on there to add some depth and dimension, right? So there's 2 of our backgrounds. Then this one, we put extra paste. You can see my X's. Some of them don't even look like X's because they're so chunky. So we have some beautiful background there. I know, I think the red one is my favorite too. This is one of the spare ones that we made, just picking up some of the paste and some splatter. Okay, so we got this. We got this watercolor piece that we're just putting extra stuff on. Then don't forget about these, because I don't do mixed media all the time. So I gotta feel like I did mixed media. Yay. And so this background will be very pretty. Very, very pretty. And this one here, you got those 2 pink ones that we picked up the extra. Remember, I used a lot of paste on that teal one. And that. So we got that there. And I think those are all. And then I had that I shared with you guys first. Oh, we had this one too. This was our purple experiment one there. That's with a lot of water. And the cardstock did really well, I think. It didn't really bubble. See, it's a little bit, but not much. And I had a lot of water on there. So that's really nice. So we have that. And then my little, my little mold that I had that I put the shimmer paste in that was really, really pretty as well. So I hope you guys had fun with the pattern petals with as much as I did today. I hope you guys will grab a shimmer paste and, you know, try these out and see and experiment to get different ones. Yes, that would be pretty with alcohol inks, and then put some of those splatters on there, because the vibrancy of those alcohol inks is going to look so pretty. And then if you pick it up like we did on that brown cardstock, I think that will look absolutely stunning. So I hope that this inspires you to go a little bit wild and crazy. I believe, before we go, hold on, I have Yupo right here. I'll answer your question. Well, I have card panels, which is basically similar. So I don't see why it wouldn't work on here. But let's see. This is a slick surface. Okay. Oh, hold on. That was just the piece of cardboard. This is a slick surface. Let me just grab a paste. Hold on. Hold the phone. Sorry, Angel. Angel was ready to wrap up, and then I get a question that I'm like, I gotta answer it. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, it's just, yep, it'll stay on there. So you can just, it moves nice because of that plastic. Yep. Yeah. Nice. It's moving nice on the UPO type paper. So that will work on there as well. So you could do some beautiful alcohol inks, and then like we did with that brown piece, just pick up some extras or something like that, and you'll have some beautiful projects. So make sure, all my dear friends, the mold was very thin, and it took probably 30 hours to dry. But we had one point where it was probably a 1/4 inch of the paste. So, but it was worth it. So it did dry through, and it's worth it because, as you can see, it's in some sections of it is just paste. It's not even all paper. So very excited to go down that path with it as well, to add to our projects. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you guys pull out your pastes and make something beautiful. Make sure, if you do, put them in the fan group so we can see all that beautiful work that you do and what we inspired here today. And I can't wait to see you. I think I see you again around the 12th. So it will be a little bit before I see you again, but I hope to see all of you that are attending the retreat this weekend. I look forward to seeing you there. And to my dear friend Angel, it was so good to see you again today. Thank you for your angel wings, because I know they came into play today. And from all of us at Altenew, my dear friends, thank you so much for allowing us to help you craft your life. We'll see you all very soon. Goodbye, everyone.